Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Oracle of the Light. I hope you're all well. Welcome to the Oracle of the Light channel, everybody. I hope everyone's keeping well. And as you know, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. So it's an interesting topic today. We're looking at Trump and the ballroom. As you know, that he's recently unveiled the Rose Garden, which is just a sad state of affairs. It used to be a beautiful rose garden, and Trump has paved over it. And ironically, in this paving of this new rose garden that he's created, well, it's not a rose garden, he created like a car park basically. But around the edge of it, there's a drain, and on that drain is the American flag, and it's definitely a bit of a what would you call it? A meaning for how America seems to be going at the moment under Trump down the drain. So quite ironic, really, that Trump's placed the American flag on the drain of the new flattened rose garden, which looks just very bland and boring. And also, you'll have seen that recently he's now got plans to add on a £200 million ballroom onto the White House as well, which is just crazy. It was rejected. This whole idea was rejected during Barack Obama's tenure. He rejected it. And as I say, now he's trying to go ahead with this. But of course, we have to remember as well that he's adding a £200 million ballroom to the White House at the same time as cutting all the Medicare, all people's. It seems like he's taking from the poor and giving to the rich, you know. And the Medicare has been cut as we speak. The big ugly bill has just been passed, which is the biggest transfer of wealth ever in US history, I believe. And at the same time as building this £200 million ballroom, they're cutting the money from the people that really need that money, you know. And I think it just the corruption is just incredible, really. And of course, with the Epstein thing that is still going on and not going away, which is it's nice that that's going on, but it's interesting how the relationship between Trump and Epstein is becoming more and more out in the open about quite how in each pockets they were, and there was house deals going on in the background. There was lots of different things. It's all very ugly. It's all very dark. But what we're looking at, what questions are we going to be looking at today? That is a question. So first of all, we're going to go. The question is, what do people make of the White House extension and the Rose Garden? Let's see what the cards say. And the second question I thought I would look at during today is, will Trump leave at the end of his term? Because I think that the reason why I've asked this question is you have to think that when someone is doing all of these different house changes and changes to the thing, it really likes he's really settling in for a good time. I mean, as I said, someone said, does he want to become a dictator? And he said, I'll become a dictator for a day. But of course, we know that he's a wannabe dictator, and he's also at the head of what is now a fascist regime. And it's crazy what's going on over there in America. And so, as I say, it seems like he's getting settled in for the long run here. So that's why I wanted to ask, will Trump leave at the end of the term? Because we have to remember that at the end of his presidency last time, there was the coup on the White House. You know, of course, they all got arrested, and Trump now pardoned them all. But there was not a. He tried to stay in the White House for as long as he possibly could. It was not a peaceful transfer, you know. And so, yeah, that is crazy what that transfer was. So, yeah, very, very interesting to see what is going to happen here. So I thought I would do some readings on what's going on. So first question is, what do people make of the White House extension and the Rose Garden? So let's see what the cards say. Let's see what they say, everybody. Yeah. By the way, if you enjoy the channel, don't forget to subscribe. It's free to subscribe below, and also do comment. I'd love to know your comments about these different topics that we talk about and everything like that. It's always really interesting to hear your thoughts on what the readings say too. Of course, all readings are alpha at this moment. So let's. So Just shuffling the cards. What do people make of the White House extension? Okay, so Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Magician. So these are all upside down as well, interestingly. So first of all, the Eight of Wands, it feels like this is a very much like a racing ahead card. I think it feels like he's trying to fast track these things as soon as he can. He's trying to get this extension. He's trying to do the rose. He did the rose garden as soon as he can. He's trying to get these things done because he wants to make as many changes as he possibly can in a shorter space of time for the wrong reasons, all for the purpose of hanging on to power, basically. I feel this is. But the reason why I'm saying this is all the wrong intentions because all these cards are upside down, okay? This is not a good intentioned person that's head of the White House. This is a person that is fixed on their own agenda, fixed on their own aims, and they're really trying to speed this forward as fast as they can. Not worried if they're trampling over people, not worried if they're offending people. In fact, almost like I almost wonder whether they almost want to offend people. Almost, it's almost part of their playbook to make it offensive, almost because they want to appear as strong. They want to appear as look at me, and so this is why they're trying to put. I think they're also afraid of people stopping them. Okay. I think they're afraid of people stopping them from doing what they're doing, which is why they're trying to rush it through as soon as they can. If we do it so fast, no one will get the chance to stop us almost. That's psychology. It feels like they're trying to race it through as fast as they possibly can so that no one can stop them. And by which time, it's like, it's far, for example, if you build a house without planning permission, it's far harder to get rid of that house when it's fully built than it not being there at all. That's almost the approach they're taking. Of course, if it's built wrongly, you are completely within the right to say you've got to knock it down and incur the cost of knocking it down. But I think the way it feels like Trump is operating is to try and put as many things in place. Once they're in place, they're harder to get rid of. And I think that that's very much the focus here, you know. The next one is the Five of Pentacles. So this is very much about this is about very much treating everyone else is going to become poor here. This is very much like the sense of taking from the poor. I mean, you can see this card this way. You can see that it feels like these people are the people of America that are just being robbed from. And you can see this money pile here. This is the pile of money that Trump's building up. But that money isn't his. I don't feel like it feels like that money is not his. That money is the people's money. It's not his money, but he's almost like taking this opportunity in the position that he's in to try and get as much of it as he possibly can. He doesn't care whether it should be anyone else's money at all. It's really a case of taking from the poor and the needy and to line his back pockets here. And he doesn't care if people starve. He doesn't care if people pass away, die. He really couldn't care about that. All he cares about is his bank account. And that can be shown in this pile of money here. So it's a dark place at the moment. You can see that this card is a dark card, and it feels like though America is a very dark place at the moment, now is the time for people to shine their light out, you know. Also, I feel as well, this is really telling you who he is, the magician upside down. Again, upside down, bad intentions. A magician is a person that tricks people. He's being tricky. He's playing tricks on people. He's playing tricks to get people onto his side. He's playing tricks to make things come around his way, you know. I definitely feel he's like, everything is like a game for him, about basically how can he do things so he isn't arrested? He changes the law. So then on a legal basis, he's not breaking the law, when in fact he actually is. I think that this is the important thing here. It's just a great sense of trickery going on, okay, for the wrong reasons, okay. A great sense of trickery and deceiving going on, and divisiveness to gain control over people, you know, to benefit himself. That's what I feel with this, you know. Very, very interesting. So first of all, we had the Eight of Wands trying to rush these things through as soon as possible. And what do people make of the White House extension and Rose Garden? A lot of people think this is all being done too fast as well. A lot of people can feel the speed at which these changes are coming about. What do people make of the White House extension and Rose Garden? They're feeling the pinch big time, and they're going, why are you building all of this thing and we've got no money in our hands, So I feel there's a definite sense of people feeling betrayed by him. There's a sense of betrayal from the people are feeling from Trump, big sense of betrayal and being used. And people feel he is a tricker. He's being tricky, and he's pulling the wool over their eyes. People are almost like starting to wake up to this now, though. I just get a sense of people feeling tricked by Trump, if you like. That's what I really feel, yeah. So next, let's see what the cards say for the next one. Will Trump leave at the end of his term? Or will he try and stay as long as he possibly can? It'd be interesting to see what the cards say. So let's have a look. Wow, to believe this. Wow, this is amazing. So I just shuffle them again and again. They're all upside down, and we get this one. Will Trump leave at the end of his term? And I feel he's going to try and jump through hoops. I see this as a person jumping through hoops to try and prevent what should happen. I feel him definitely trying to jump through hoops. I think that he's going to use a number of different things to help him try and stay in that place. I see these wands as he's going to call on a number of people, like potentially the judges and stuff like this, to try and extend his term. I think there's going to be things changed to try and extend his term on legal basis, and even policies I feel may well be changed. I mean, he's going to try and jump through hoops to enable him to stay in that position. This suggests he's already underway putting some of this stuff in place already, and this can be seen physically in like the Rose Garden and the extension that's already been planned. So he's already jumping through these hoops to try and make his stay here longer. Will he stay at the end of his term? And I feel this is also a sense of this is a yes. I feel that he's definitely this is all he's part of his gathering of money, part of his plan to stay out of prison, to stay out of prison and to keep the money and all of his different side stuff that he has going on. His plan is to stay in power. I think that's all he can think of at the moment. In terms of the Five of Cups is last now. Now this is really interesting. I think that this is a sense of like cups is a sense of like to do with love, but this is to do with, because it's upside down, it's to do with no love. So I feel this is really a case of Trump here will really be going against the public opinion, I feel. So there will be a public opinion of wanting Trump to move on and get out of the White House, but I don't think he will. He's going to stay against the public majority. He's going to try and stay. And even though he's really not feeling the love, that's not going to stop him. He's going to just try and stay, wait it out, just hold on there in there and just wait it out until he can really wait it out basically as soon as he can. I just get a sense of him going against the public opinion, going against the majority as well. In the sense of really trying to hold on to the position that he's in. Okay, even though he knows he's not actually liked, he's still going to just, like a dog with a bone, just going to stay there like a dog with a bone, So I'm going to get some Oracle of the Light cards on this as well. These are the deck that me and Francesco created. Will Trump leave at the end of the term? Let's have a look what the Oracle of the Light cards say. So just give them a shuffle. Okay, so the Blossom of Hope upside down. So I feel this is a sense of, yes, he definitely will be staying, because I think the Glimmer of Hope is actually for Trump to move on. But I feel the Blossom of Hope is upside down. So I feel it's almost like he is really going to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can in the White House, regardless of whether people get hurt or not. And the second card is Rising of the Phoenix. So I feel this is a sense of, I really get a sense of people feeling really angry towards him. People, really, the public really wanting him to go, but he just won't listen to them. That's what I get a sense of. But I feel this Rising of the Phoenix is to do with the public gaining strength and gaining power against him. I do feel that. And I feel that that's what has to happen before he'll move on, really. What really needs to happen is moving on of the power of the people to come together like a phoenix against him, and that will then cause roots. We've got roots of abundance upside down. So only after people rise up towards him will Trump finally try to shrink. Okay, so roots of abundance upside down is the opposite to abundance, which is a shrinking of things. So the only way Trump's power is going to shrink and reduce is with the power of the people. Okay, without that, Trump's power will continue to blossom and be abundant. So the only way that that's going to be killed off in that sense is through the people's power. And it's going to happen no other way than the people coming together. He's just not going to want to go, from what I can feel with this. Okay, so yeah, blossoms of hope. Trump's going to try and stay in as long as he possibly can, but we mustn't lose hope. Okay, we must come together and rise like a phoenix against him, and it's only through that a shrinking in his power will happen. Okay, really interesting. So you can see that looking at these cards, how Trump is really trying to just race ahead as soon as he possibly can to get as many things as he possibly can in place as fast as he can, so that once these are in place, he's harder to move. But it's all about, you can see that the cards are talking about people coming together. He's certainly not feeling the love of the people already. And I think the more that increases, people need to continue to keep talking about these things that are there, like Epstein and stuff like this. The more people that speak the truth and come together and present the truth, then the more people can see that there's just nothing behind Trump's administration or anything. It's just empty, So I really hope you enjoyed the reading, everybody. And don't forget to give my a thumb up down below, and also do subscribe below too. It's free to subscribe, and I really, really do appreciate it too. So with lots of love and light from the Oracle of the Light, I will see you all really, really soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.